how are we going to build our credit score and leverage that to get to the money? We're going to talk about that and a whole lot more on how to do it, how to build it today, only on Cakeology. You know who it is, B.O.B., nothing but the best of the best. Make sure you subscribe, make sure you hit the like button, and make sure you comment below because we are getting right to it. We get to how to build credit, build business credit, and motivate you in order to succeed in life and in business right here on Cakeology, baby. Woo, you know today is everyday California. It's a beautiful night tonight. You know I'm listening to that Too Short, baby. What you know about that? Man, old school tonight going down. Let's have some fun and let's get into it. So, now, let's talk about, first of all, how are we going to build your credit? All right, let's do it. Let's get into it. Let's talk about it. Do we have a problem right now with credit? Well, let's solve it, baby. Okay, so number one, credit scores. So credit scores, they range anywhere from 300 all the way up to 850. Now those credit scores and the way they're analyzed and the analytics and the algorithm that goes into the credit score is different, okay? FICO has their own way of calculating it. That you get at myfico.com, or you can get it free on, for example, your Discover, your Navy Federal card when you go in online and look for it, okay? The other score is the Vantage score. That's what you see on Credit Karma, Credit Sesame, Credit Abracadabra, all those type of things. Okay, so those are two different ways of calculating the same data that is on your credit report. Now we know TransUnion, Experian, Equifax, they got the keys to the credit, baby. So whatever's reporting on there is what FICO and Vantage are going to analyze when they come up with that credit score of yours. So let's get that score all the way up, and we're gonna talk about it right now. So what makes up that FICO score? The number one thing that makes up the FICO score, 35% of your credit score, of your FICO score, is your payment history. So that means, have you been paying your bills on time? That's the number one thing. 35% of it is if you paid your bills on time every month. Is it reported, being paid on time, all your accounts up to date, you paid everything good, you don't have any lates, you don't have any delinquencies or charge-offs or collections. So let's get all of those things taken care of. Okay, one thing to remember, never pay a collection. I'm gonna be coming out with another video about that. If you have some questions about any of it, make sure you leave it in the comments below. Let me know what you need. Let's discuss it. Let's talk about it. This is free coaching for you. The second most important thing on your credit report that makes up that FICO score, do we know what it is? It is the amount that you owe on those cards or those accounts that you have reporting, which is called utilization. So how much of the credit that you have, you are actually utilizing at that time. The lower utilization that you have, the better. That means you're not pressed, you're not maxed out. You know, you're not applying for more credit and you can't pay the credit that you have. If you guys didn't already understand, one thing is that banks, financial institutions, credit cards, they don't give money and they don't give credit to people that need it. Okay? If you need credit, you need money, you forget it. It ain't happening. The way they do it is if they see, okay, you don't owe anything to anybody, you don't have any utilization, you've got a good score, you've been paying your bills on time, oh, you don't really need us, but I tell you what, here go 20,000 just in case you do need us. So that's how we play the game, baby, okay? It's like anything else in life. If you chase it it's gonna keep running away from you. Sometimes you gotta just stop and pause and be still and let it come to you, baby. That's how we gonna do this right now with this credit card stuff. So we gonna put all our utilization down to between 0 to max 7% of what we owe. So for example, if you owe $10,000, if you have a $10,000 limit on a credit card, you want to make sure that you only owe between hold on a minute. Okay, so I'm back with the proper calculations. Excuse me. Did you know what it was right off the bat? Sometimes I'm doing 4 different things at one time, baby, okay? So if you got a $10,000 credit card, you only are supposed to have between $100 and $700 used off of that card when they run your report. So before the statement close date, before they report, make sure you get that utilization down on all of your accounts between that 0 to 7%. Okay, super important. The second biggest factor, baby. Now, before we move on to the other factors, because I got more, I got 3, I got 4, I got 5, I might have 6, I don't know yet. So, before we get there, make sure, hit that like button right now, please. So hit that right button. Did I say please? I mean, hit that like button, baby. Okay? Hit the subscribe, hit the bell notification, so when I come to the door with another video, ding dong, you know it's me, B.O.B. at your door. $1 million on the floor, baby. Now we are on to the third major component of your credit report and your FICO score. That is the length of credit history, another 15%, baby. Okay, so other than your payment history, other than your credit utilization, how much money you owe, this is the next top thing, is your credit history, the length of time you've had credit. So obviously they want people that have maintained credit for a longer period of time. So for example, a credit card that you had, that you opened 10 years ago or 5 years ago, whatever your oldest cards are, make sure you do not close those cards, okay? Just don't use them, or use them for a small amount every few months. Pay it off and keep it rolling, because what that's doing is that is helping that time of credit history, that length of time, that average time. So for example, if you've had a card that you opened 10 years ago and then you go out and get a new card, if that's the only 2 cards you've had, your average credit length, history is 5 years, okay? I do know how to do that, Martha, excuse me. Okay, let's keep it moving. Now, the next major thing that determines or is factored into that FICO score of yours is the type of credit, the credit mix that you have on your reports. So for example, what is good is if you have not only credit cards, but you've got installment loans, you've got an auto loan, you've got a mortgage. That mix of credit lets the algorithm know that, hey, this individual can manage more than just one type of credit. He's fabulous. Approve him immediately, sir. Okay, will do. So that's what they want. They want a nice mix so they know that you have the ability to pay different types of credit. You can pay your mortgage as well as your credit card bills. You can pay off an installment loan. An installment loan is a personal loan or a line of credit that you have. And those, we'll talk about those in another video, but there's ways of getting those types of mixes on your credit report. Make sure you subscribe, hit the bell notification immediately. So that is that. If you've been keeping track, that's 90% so far of the score. So the last 10% is new credit. So they want to know, hey, how much new credit have you been getting? You know, don't go too crazy. So the last 10% is that, okay, How many new credit cards have you opened? How many inquiries do you have? An inquiry is when you apply for a credit card, a loan, a mortgage, any type of credit where they do a hard pull on your credit reports. A hard pull is an inquiry, meaning a notation. They're inquiring about you. Who is this? Let's inquire. So that is what an inquiry is, and it shows up right on your report. So that last 10% of getting those fabulous scores is made up of how many inquiries you have. How much new credit did you have? Did you just open a credit card just a few days ago and now it's already reporting and you're trying to apply for 14 more cards? We don't want that. Let's be slow. Let's pace it out. I've made mistakes and now I can tell you guys how to overcome these mistakes and how to do it properly. So we want to make sure that last 10%, we're not applying for too many cards at one time. We don't have too much new credit on our report, and we don't have too many inquiries. Okay? So now, finally, let's get to how all that good credit is going to affect us and how we're going to leverage it to get the bag, to get money, to get funding. Now, before I get into it, make sure, hey, listen, like, subscribe, hit the bell notification, everything right now. Okay, now we've got that good credit. Man, we've got the good credit. We know how we got it. We know how we're gonna maintain it. We've done all that. Now I'll tell you what is that good credit gonna do for us? How are we gonna leverage that to get more funding, to get more money? Number one, what we're gonna do is we are going to get lower insurance rates. Did you guys know that when you get insurance for your car or your home or anything, having a good credit score dramatically lowers those costs? So right then and there, just by you maintaining your life properly, you've already saved money. That could be a little and that could be a lot, depending on what you have, but still it adds to it. Number two, what we can do is we can get 0% credit cards. Okay, that's been one of my philosophies, is to get 0% credit cards, use their money for that 12 to 18 months to do what you have to do, to establish your business, to make that money more money. That's the school I'm from, and I can't teach anything else. All I can teach is the truth. Okay, so every dollar that I have, that dollar gotta work for me. Okay, we'll have, once that dollar have a baby and that baby have another baby, then we can think about spending those little minions around. Okay, but until that point, until my money is making me money and your money is making you money, let's not spend it all at one time. Let's not go crazy. Okay, so let's continue. We've got the insurance part of it. We've got the 0% interest credit cards. Number three, when you couple that in with business credit, meaning you having the ability to co-sign, to be a personal guarantee for your business accounts that don't report to your personal credit, it's a powerful, powerful combination. You can use those monies, you can use those credit lines, you can use that funding to make sure that your business flourishes. So if you're into real estate, buy another house. If you're into merchandise, buy more merchandise. If you have a service-based business, provide more marketing. Get out there, get your name out there, redo some things, get an awesome website. All of those things can be accomplished with using other people's money, okay? But now, let's not forget, you didn't hit the credit lottery. You have to pay everything back so we can get bigger. We ain't trying to retire off a $10,000 credit card and buy a boat. That's not going to work. I hope you enjoyed the video. Make sure you comment, like, hit that subscribe button. I'm giving away thousands of dollars of advice, of coaching right here on this YouTube channel. I don't have another job. This is what I do for a living. So for me to be able to share this with you guys, I hope you're blessed. Keep blessed, stay blessed. Drop that top. Hit it.